Alright, welcome back. You're watching Opening Fire right here on Profit. We're holding out quite okay for ourselves, actually flat for the index right now. Reliance Infrastructure came out with its numbers, the start of the week. Standalone performance, though, was a little bit subdued. You had the reported PAT also down by about 24%. 534 on the stock price right now. Let's get a sense of how quarter one as a whole panned out from Mr. Lalit Jalan, who's joining us right now with a take on the same. Mr. Jalan, thanks very much for taking out the time. Let's start off first with the standalone performance itself. A little bit subdued this time in terms of margins as well, which have declined sharply in quarter one. What were the key reasons for the same?
The margins, if you look at the standalone numbers also, the last year in the same quarter, there was a one-off gain of 227 crores of depreciation write back, which was a one-off item. So if you eliminate that item, the standalone numbers also on a YOY basis, there is a very healthy growth.
Mr. Jalan, what has been the impact of the power tariff hike this quarter? And are you seeking any more tariff hikes in Delhi?
In Delhi, the tariff hike has become operational on the 1st of July. So there will be no impact in the Q1 numbers. The tariff that has been announced for the year FY 12-13. So clearly there is no more desire for another tariff increase during the year. The current tariff, as we see it, is cost reflective, so it gives us all our legitimate costs, and also for the first time the tariff addresses the huge amount of regulatory assets which have been built up over the years owing to non-cost effective tariff, and the regulator has allowed an 8% surcharge over and above the tariff to liquidate these regulatory assets. So the impact of this you will see in the future quarters.
In other bit, Mr. Jalan talks about the ceiling, the second phase of the ceiling contract, which could be taken away from you. You want to clarify on that?
No, currently this is a project where we were appointed the preferred bidder almost 2.5-3 years back. But owing to irreconcilable differences between us, the project could not move forward, although the detailed designing, financial closure and all the other activities had been completed by us and we were ready for construction. So what we decided mutually was to refer our differences to a conciliator, and we appointed a retired High Court judge to look at the issues, and after hearing both of us, he recommended that we should, given the differences which cannot be met up, that we should part ways on the project at no cost to each other, and this was reconfirmed by the Honorable Attorney General of India. This has been adopted by both our joint board as well as the board of MSRDC, and is now up for cabinet for approval. So that's where the current status is.
Aside of the link, also comment on the Mumbai Metro. When is that expected to get commissioned in terms of timelines, if you could lay them out for us?
Mumbai Metro 1 is one of the most challenging projects that Reliance Infrastructure is doing. It has got some of the most difficult right-of-ways which any concessionaire can find anywhere in the world, with extremely narrow lanes and by-lanes and crossing over of a very wide railway line which is operational 24 hours, and the Western Express Highway. 95% of the civil works are now over. The major structures of cable stayed bridge over Western Express Highway is almost complete, and although we barely get 1 hour per day to work on the railway lines, owing to the traffic below, we have been able to do 2 of the 3 spans, and over the next couple of months that entire structure would be completed. We expect the line to be operational for public by the end of this financial year.
All right. Mr. Jalan, the Yamuna Expressway, that's just been commissioned. Now traffic, particularly on the Delhi-Agra highway where you are, been given some amount of project work, will likely decline. In that context, are you having any kind of a dialogue with the government regarding the same in terms of conditions of any sort?
No, this was known to us at the time when we bid for the project, and we have taken into account the expected loss of traffic that would happen once the Yamuna Expressway comes in. Both the roads are very different. This is the existing NH2 highway connecting Delhi to the center of Agra, and which goes through all the towns and cities on the way. Yamuna Expressway is a greenfield project with very few entries and exits. This is an existing highway which is 4 lane at present, and we will double the capacity and take it to 6 lanes. So all the loss of revenue owing to the Yamuna Expressway has built into our calculations.
All right. Mr. Jalan, one last word from you. A lot of road projects and SPVs are actually on the block. Anything that is particularly looking interesting to you that you're going to look at in terms of acquisitions? Are you setting aside funds for the same?
The multiple road projects are in severe distress and that is known to everybody, and many of these projects, maybe 30-40 of these projects are looking for investment in them or to sell it out completely. We are in discussions with many promoters and many projects over the last year. We are doing due diligence on some of them, but up to now we have not been able to reach closure on any of these yet. But we continue to look at opportunities both on primary bidding space as well as secondary bidding space on the distressed assets to enhance the size of our portfolio. There is no specific amount of money that we have kept on the side, but given our very sound financial status, money should not be an issue when the right project comes across.
All right, sir. Mr. Jalan, thanks very much for joining and appreciate you taking out the time. That's Reliance Infrastructure, up about 1% in the session, 535 on the stock price. We're going to be taking a very quick break, but addressing another set of numbers coming in from Reliance Power. The CEO, JP Chilsani, will be joining us in a bit.